Hey guys, so we're going to start these 8th grade standards with laws of exponents. So we reviewed yesterday how to do exponents, just how the typical parts of what an exponent means. And so today we're going to look at how to multiply and divide those exponents. If you will, let's see if this will go over here. You will want to copy this down if you did not yesterday. An exponent tells how many times a number, the base, is used as a factor. A power has two parts, a base and an exponent. So when we talk about a power, we're talking about this x to the third power right here, okay? 5 to the third power, that's a power. The exponent is a little number, and then the base is the big number or the variable that the exponent is attached to, okay? So let's look at these different parts of this. You will need to know zero exponent, negative exponents, multiplying, dividing, and power to power. So first of all, a zero exponent is super easy. Any base that has the exponent of 0 will equal 1. So x to the 0 power equals 1. 4 to the 0 power equals 1. And when we do dividing in a second, I'll show you why that's true. But you can have this long equation or expression, and it's raised to the 0 power. The answer is 1. Every time. Okay, so let's go to the next one. That's a zero exponent. Make sure you have that written down. Negative exponents. We kind of touched on this yesterday too. And you will see negative exponents, but a way that we can rewrite x to the negative second power is 1 over x to the second power. So you could have 3 to the negative fourth power, which is the same thing as 1 over 3 to the fourth power. So that negative, it just means that that's a denominator. Now, if I had 5 to the negative second power and it was on the denominator, that means that technically that should be a numerator. So the negative tells you it should be on the denominator. That's what it's telling you. But if it is already here as a denominator, it's telling you that it needs to go back. It's kind of like a double negative. Okay, so again, the negative tells you that should be a denominator. Once you put it in the denominator, then the negative goes away. So let's make sure you know what a negative exponent is, which again, we worked on that yesterday. Here's the newer stuff, the multiplying exponents. First of all, when you multiply exponents, this is super important. So write multiplying exponents and write down that the bases must be equal. If they are not equal, you cannot multiply them. It's going to be true with dividing too. When you multiply exponents, the exponents add together. What? I'm multiplying them. Why do I add them? Because you're looking at how many of that you have. So here's your example of that. Let's say that I have 3 to the second power times 3 to the third power. I'm not going to multiply 2 times 3 and when you add them, because if I expand this is 3 times 3, this is 3 times 3 times 3. Well, if I put that multiplication sign in the middle, look, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 3 to the fifth power. So we add those exponents when there's a multiplying in the middle. If we do another one, if we say a to the fifth power times a to the eighth power. Well, this is the same base. You have to have the same base because here we had our 3's that were the same. So the same base of a, and I'm multiplying, so I can add 5 plus 8, so a to the 13th power. Now it only works if they are the same base, so let's say I had b to the second power times b to the fourth power. I can add the b powers together, but I cannot do anything with the a, so that will be a times b to the sixth power. It's okay because everything's being multiplied out. If I wrote it all expanded, that's what it looks like times 4 more b's. I have 1a and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 b's. Totally possible to do that. Okay. Also, if you're doing negatives, so like if I have 2 to the negative third power times 2 to the second power, I have the same base, so I can add these, and you do your rules of negatives. That is negative 3 plus 2, which is negative 1. So you have 2 to the negative first power, which you could also write as 1 over 2 to the first power. So let's make sure you understand that part of the multiplying. Next is dividing exponents. Bases must be equal again, so write down dividing exponents. Bases have to be equal. Star kind of went crazy there. Bases must be equal. And the difference between multiplying and dividing here is that your exponents are subtracted. So your exponents subtract each other. And again, your rules for integers works on this too. So you will subtract your exponents here. So let's say I have x to the 7th power over x to the 3rd power. Well, I would just say, okay, they had the same base. So 7 minus 3 is x to the 4th power. And this says me, how in the world does that work? Well, if I draw this out and expand it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 x's on the top, and 1, 2, 3 x's on the bottom, right? X to the 7th over x to the 3rd. X divided by x is 1. X divided by x is 1. X divided by x is 1. All I have left is x to the 4th power. Okay? I told you I was going to show you one that 0, anything to the 0 power is 1. So let's say I had, let me erase this example here. Let's say I had 3 to the 5th divided by 3 to the 5th. Well, first of all, you know that if it's divided, if anything is divided by itself, it's 1. You know that. Because if I just had 3 divided by 3, it would be 1. If I work this out and do the actual number divided by the actual number of 3 to the 5th power, then it would be 1. But if I wrote these out, if I did 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 over 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, the 3 divided by 3 is 1. 3 divided by 3 is 1, 1, 1, and 1. All that's left is a whole number 1. Also, when you do this and you subtract, 3 to the 5 minus 5 power is 0. Therefore, anything to the 0 power is 1. So we have one more left, and that's going to be a power to a power. This one's kind of tricky because you have to really pay attention to it, but you really need to know this. When we do a power raised to a power, you are going to multiply. So mark all the exponential values. Exponential values means the ones that have exponents, so that they show the exponential form. If it doesn't have an exponent, put a 1, because that means there's one of those numbers there. So 5 to the 1st power times a to the 2nd power times b, that doesn't have an exponent, but is to the 1st power, and c to the 4th power. When you have a power raised to the power, you multiply. So we're actually going to multiply that 3 to each one of these. So that will be 5 to the 3rd power times a to the 6th power times b to the 3rd power times c to the 12th power. You actually do multiply them, but only when it's a power raised to a power. Let me do maybe a simpler example on this. So if I had x to the 3rd power raised to the negative 4th power, I would multiply negative 4 times 3. So x to the negative 12th, or that'd be 1 over x to the 12th because of that negative. Remember, the negative power tells you it's a denominator. If I had 3x to the 5th power raised to the 2nd power, not only do you have to do the 2 times the 5, but remember 3 is a number that you have to multiply that exponent to as well. So that would be 3 to the 2nd power times x to the 10th power. And they normally want you to work out the base if it's a whole number, it's a coefficient. So 3 to the 2nd power is 9. So your most simplified answer would be 9x to the 10th power. We're going to practice this a lot this week, so be ready. And just make sure that you understand your powers. If you need to go back and do the examples again, you're more than welcome to. I have some examples on here that you can practice. Hold on, let me get to it. If you would like to practice these and check your work tomorrow, you're more than welcome to. So just press pause and work those out in your notes, and we'll look at them tomorrow.